Okay, so I've been doing some NRL videos on each club, but this is the second video on Manly because on the 11th it was revealed that they are being investigated for breaching the salary cap systematically over a 5-year period. Now, Parramatta got done last year. This was a short-term breach to gain long-term gain. Now, it appears that Manly have been rorting the system for 5 years. They're over the cap, and back in August the salary cap was approximated, and certain clubs believed that they had a compliant salary structure for the upcoming season. It turned out that the salary cap was lower than anticipated. Now, it appears that Manly have been abusing the system for 5 years. Two key officials who remain unnamed are given their clause notices. It initially stemmed from a police investigation from New South Wales into match fixing allegations that the NRL had asked the police forces of Australia to investigate. The police couldn't find enough evidence and Manly won the clubs with the finger pointed out because there was a few suspicious games with a few suspicious betting patterns over the previous years. The police couldn't find enough evidence to warrant charging anyone, but they found evidence of suspicious payments that didn't break the law, but were in breach of the NRL's own trade code, if you will. And they presented the evidence to the NRL, and the NRL have now chosen to release a statement on the 11th, so 8 days ago. I mean, 10 days ago, or 9 days ago, if you live in Australia, because I'm doing this video middle of the night over in the UK. And Manly now the subject of a salary cap breach. Now, every team that has breached the salary cap within 2 years has won the grand final. Apart from Parramatta, who finished 4th, so they're on the way to winning a grand final. Cronulla, the other team who won the grand final recently, were actually done for systematically doping their players. So they had their own scandal, they go and win within 2 years. It's a bit of a trend here. Short-term cheating for long-term gain. But apparently with Manly, it's alleged over a 5-year period. It's also around one ex-player, his contract, and third-party payments, which are now technically against the rules, which weren't always against the rules, but now are. So I did a video on how good are the salary caps. So the NRL salary cap is probably one of the best examples I could use for a salary cap that is regularly enforced. When teams breach, they get punished by fine or dock points. So Manly are facing a whacking fine, but they're not necessarily going to get docked points. So that's another issue with the salary cap. Let me just sort my channel out here. I'm doing some editing at the same time. So there is that. Now, what do you think should happen? The issue that has obviously come up is other teams have breached the salary cap and had their points docked mid-season, or have started the season with minus points, such as the New Zealand Warriors. So what does the league do? Allegedly at this time they're not going to dock Manly any points either before or during the season. It is supposedly they're now cap compliant now, but they've obviously been breaching the salary cap for 5 years and have been caught out. So it's interesting because they have had some in different form. They've finished well this year, as I've done their video. They finished in the top 8, but in previous years they've struggled to make finals football. So they haven't won the final since 2011, so they haven't been successful by breaching the salary cap. So we don't know when the last breach of the salary cap was. We know it was over a 5-year period. So it's interesting. Parramatta are obviously really quite catastrophically broke the cap. Melbourne and Canterbury have also catastrophically broken the cap and got caught. A few months ago, 4 months ago, 11 teams were over the cap for next year and were in breach of it. So this is not going to go away. This is not like a new issue. This is not something out of nowhere. Many teams are struggling to stay cap compliant at this time. So does the cap system need to change slightly to a soft cap, hard cap? Does it need to be set at a level and that is it? Does it need to become more transparent for fans, for example? So there's things the league could do for future, but it's not looking good. It's bad publicity, and it's something that the league would want to avoid if at all possible, considering the Parramatta fallout and why should certain players be punished? Now, players cannot be completely innocent in this if there's third-party payments, and that's what's being alleged. It's all to do with one particular player's contract whose name cannot be released for legal reasons, which is frustrating, whether he's still an active player or not. He was a player at the club at the time frame specified. So it's interesting. I don't really know enough about how the NRL salary cap completely works, but I do know that third-party payments are forbidden, as Melbourne found out. Parramatta's case, which is the most recent example, is different because it was a short-term breach of the salary cap for a long-term gain. Look at it now; they've signed those big-name players when they breached the cap. They've kept a lot of them. I think some players have gone. They finished 4th last year. So, breach cap 1 year, finish nowhere. Do really well the season after. Could win next year. They're one of the favourites for the grand final to win the whole thing. They are one of the favourite teams. So we shall have to see what happens with Manly. Likelihood is if they are found guilty of systematic breaches, they get a hefty fine and a possibility of points deducted. But then the players who've done nothing wrong, who may have signed before or after the salary cap breach took place and had their contract signed away from these breaches of the salary cap, are getting punished as well. So we shall have to see what happens. I'm going to leave that there. Place your questions below and I'll do my best to research and answer them. I'll place your comments below if you are a Manly fan and you're pissed off at this. And yeah, I shall have some more videos for you soon. It's the only one I'm going to do tonight because I'm absolutely exhausted. I didn't do one yesterday because I'm just tired and I bought this. So I'll be busy at work and I don't really have as much time. But I have a few more days off over Christmas, so there's a lot of videos over Christmas. So I'll bring you some Christmas cheer if I can. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you tomorrow.